What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Come talk some Eagles with us. Let's go. Let's go. This ain't the fuck like this game, he stinks.
Oh, shit.
He's cold.
Right here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
And here we go. Welcome in, everybody. This is A2D Wednesday nights, only on A2D Radio. Every Wednesday, we are brought to you by the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. Many of us and our families deal with mental health and addiction issues. We are happy to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. If you need help, please reach out to our good friend Rob Lubman, 856-651-8117. Tom Arnone, Ralph Delvecchio, Frank Vespi, Greg Moakvik, Noah Eaton, the family out there joining us. Welcome, man. We got a lot to talk about. No Ryan Brother tonight. No Nate Moss. The show, hey, as we always say here, must go on. We'll do our jersey giveaway, or I'll give away something else besides a jersey, I think, tonight. But we'll have our member wheel over on with all our YouTube members. You become a member, $9.99 a month over on YouTube. Pinned right in our comment section. Go become a member. Nate wins your money. Wilson wins your money. And you get money. You get discounts. You get free things. That equals money.
You can use those money to buy lots of things.
Lots of things.
Even plane tickets to Guam.
That too. Locks of the week.
Yeah, start rowing your boat, Natalie.
Oh my God! Now we're doing. No, you're gonna be called a bad father. Just be careful of what you say. You know what I mean? Just be careful. Tread lightly.
Lily loves me. That's all that matters.
Under 3 minutes, we're already there.
We're already there. Locks of the week. We do it every Wednesday. There is percentages on the hits. We can go over that later on if we'd like to.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to know. I don't know if you want to know where you stand.
Well, no, I know mine last week was terrible because I'm out of a suicide pool because of it.
Yeah, that's true. NFL Week 6 predictions against the spread. We go through the whole docket. We run through it all. Main topic at hand, Eagles, Buccaneers, preview. Big game tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football. Ties into our poll question brought to you by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. They're the best in the business, head to toe, taken care of. They got things over there you wouldn't even expect them to have on the website. Things you can order that you wouldn't even think of, right? You'd be like, what? Like body wash and shampoo? Really? Yeah, head to toe. Head to toe. Our poll question for tonight's show. The Eagles will defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tomorrow night. Agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow. Try to be great, because that's what you're going to need from the Eagles tomorrow night. Try to be great right now and fuck with an algorithm and pound the like button. Hit the subscribe button right this second. Wherever you're watching, you're over on Facebook, hit the share. Over on Twitter, hit the retweet. Be great. Get us out there. Everybody loves fucking with shit, so fuck with an algorithm. To this poll, I don't know. Thursday night footballs are weird anyway, and they can be. Short weeks can be a little weird. What's up with Brady's hand, right? Like we got hand gate. Like, what's up with the hand? All I see is it wrapped everywhere. So is it a ploy? Is there something wrong maybe with the throwing hand? Because the only chance you have to beat them tomorrow night is if something's wrong with his damn hand or they don't protect him. Because if if one of the two happen, you maybe have a chance. Right? You maybe have a chance. If both things are happening and they're protecting him and he's fine, I don't know how we're getting stops.
Which they have most of the year, right? Which they have most of the year.
Yeah, against explosive offenses for sure.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you look about the two they faced. Okay, so I don't know what to look at this game because of Thursday night. I know their defense is really banged up when you talk about the Bucs. So it's a game you would think that, hey, we can score with them. Can we go toe-to-toe, score for score? Not the way we played, right? I don't think we can do that. But if they don't run the football tomorrow night, I don't think any of it matters. Like, I don't think you can drop back 45 times tomorrow night, 50 times, and expect to win a football game like this. Even though they're banged up against a better football team and defending champs. I don't know. I just don't know how you get away with it tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's going to be telling. I want to hope that they're going to run the football. I'm going to hope that they use that to their advantage. I'm going to pray for a little off week from Tampa. Right, a little off week. Just pray for a little off week. Maybe Brady's off. Throws a couple picks. Right, that's what you got to hope for. Because that's the only way you beat them. You got to win the turnover battle in a big way, and you got to get after him. Because if you don't do either one of those, you're dead in the water. Mm-hmm. You're not scoring 50. You're not going score for score with him. You're just not going to do it, especially if you don't run the football. So I'm hoping tomorrow night they run the football. They handle those things that are so important, especially against explosive offenses, and like one you're seeing tomorrow night. And let your young offensive line get downhill a little bit and maybe break a couple because you got to control the clock. And I'm not the guy like, oh, you got to control the clock. You have to control the clock. Your best chance is sustaining 10, 12-play drives and keeping them off the field. 4 or 5 minute type drives is the only way you're going to be able to beat them. Right? And that gives your defense a rest and all those things that are so important. They're so important when you're not the better team. So I'm going to go agree. Sure, why would I not? You know what I mean? Sure, they'll beat them. They'll beat them. It's Thursday Night Football. Nobody thinks they're winning. Nobody thinks they're winning. That's why there's always a Vegas. That's why there's always the book. All right? So I'm going to say they shock the world tomorrow night. Because wouldn't it just be fitting here? Wouldn't it just be so fitting? Jalen spins it because we run the football well, right? Like we actually run the football well. He runs the ball well because we're running the ball well. Then he gets plays outside the pocket because the running game's working. Big plays happen, right? And then the crowning starts and people talking about us having like, oh, maybe we can, in-house saying maybe we can go to an NFC title game. But I can see it. Like, I can just smell it. Smell it. Everybody parading around. Nobody's wearing clothes. You know what I mean? Everybody's just walking around, feeling great about themselves. Obviously use Manscaped. But I agree. I think they're gonna it's a short week, dude. Weird things happen in a short week. Like on paper, they have no right win in this football game. But it's football. You play it for a reason. Tampa's a better football team. But I'm never gonna pick against the Eagles. Like I'm just not. Especially after they won a game they had no right winning. They had no right winning the game last Sunday and they won. So they're going to run the football tomorrow night. That's what I'm going to go with. He's not going to, but that's what I'm going with, guys. So family out there, let us know. You get the Eagles or Bucks tomorrow night. Sort of an easy pick. I expect to be the only guy to go Eagles. And Howie, I know. All right. I know. Everybody wants to count me. Like, I know. That's what you think. Thursday Night Football. Short week. They're banged up. Let's go. Find a way, boys. In our block punt. Couple fucking block field goals.
Those are things that we asked for, right? All last year. In terms of trying to find an identity with this team and then win games you're potentially not supposed to win. Last week's a perfect example. You watched those first 3 quarters of that game last week. We should even be in the NFL. Like we should be like, soccer over in Europe where we're like, we go down to like Division I college football and we got to play in the SEC next year, we drop back, right? Because that's how putrid we looked. And then you get a couple breaks. What are you looking at, Frank? Premier League. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know. With promotion and relegation, I'm not that I guess soccer dev. I don't know what you would call it, but soccer dev.
But then you get some plays being made on the defensive side, and all of a sudden you're still in a game, right? Field goals instead of touchdowns. You get a couple picks, and all of a sudden you're right there, and you're winning a game you shouldn't. I would love for them to run the ball. I really would. But Tampa is giving up 45.8 rushing yards a game, right? So as much as their defense is banged up, I think it's the back half. So that means we're going to have to see another spin game from Jalen Hurts. And I unfortunately just don't see it because, again, I still can't get those first 3 quarters out of my brain from Sunday, right? Naturally, I disagree. I think it could be a lot closer because their secondary is banged up, and they're going to give up points because of that. But I don't know that we can get enough stops to go tit for tat for them, right? You know what I mean? Almost like the Super Bowl. Like you almost think this is going to feel like the Super Bowl game where it's just like we got the ball last, or actually no, Brady got the ball last. They just ran out of time, right? So I'm going to disagree. I just don't think. Not only we're not going to commit to it, even if we do. Oh my God, that was a nice goal. Sorry. Even if we do commit to it, they stop the run very well.
Yes, they do. But you still got to at least attempt.
Absolutely. I wish they would put it in someone's belly 20 times. Right? Put it in someone's belly 20 times. I don't care whose it is. You can bring Deuce Staley back and put it in his belly 20 times, and I'd be down, right?
Just because it is
Buckholzer,
they
right? I
don't
care.
Charlie Garner and Ricky Waters coming back too.
Let's go, right?
Everybody's coming back.
No, I'm not Umberto. You got a point there. He mentioned about Fletch and Hargrave. If they have an impact, we have a chance. I'll say this. There is one thing Tom Brady doesn't like, and that's pressure up the middle. So it's going to be critical. It's going to be absolutely critical for Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave to have a big ball game for us to have any shot. They must get pressure up the middle and get in his face and force him to move around and chase him in the backfield. They must hit him over and over and over again to have any shot whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean you got to make him uncomfortable, which isn't hard, which isn't easy to do to a guy who's seen it all, right? But you have to make him uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know I'm the historian who loves to go way back. Well, if you go way back to Super Bowl 42, when the Giants upset the Pats, well, the reason they did so was because of that Giants front seven. Okay, and they obviously the Pats were a much better football team in that game. Okay, but the reason they finished the season 18-1 instead of 19-0 was because of the Giants front seven pressuring Brady over and over and over again. Now, again, obviously, the Giants then have a much better defense than we do here this year. But look, to have any shot, you got to put Brady on his ass over and over again. That's the only shot we got.
So what do you think of that happening? Do you agree or disagree to the poll?
I hate to say it. I think we lose this football game. I mean, I just flat out, Tom, I just don't think we're good enough.
No, as you should.
We've already seen a lot of growing pains, and I think this is going to be another game where a lot of lessons are taught. And I just don't see a situation where Nick Sirianni can't even outcoach you, me, or anybody at A2D Radio, let alone Bruce Arians. He's flat out over. I just think we're overmatched. I think the Buccaneers will pull away in the second half, and it pains me to say it. If we're doing scores and official predictions here, I have the Buccaneers winning this football game 34-24. I think we'll keep it close until about midway through the third quarter, and then the Buccaneers pull away. We're not a very disciplined football team. I haven't yet seen a full 4 quarters of football from this team yet this year. And until I see that, I have no business picking them to beat the Bucs.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has any business picking them. I'll just drink the Kool-Aid.
Hey, upsets can happen. It is the NFL. Shit, somebody brought up the SEC earlier. Hell, even Alabama went down last weekend. Hey, anything can happen, But the only shot we got is to knock Brady on his ass and obviously win the turnover battle. And I don't see it this week, boys.
No, we got to be disciplined. We got to take the football away. We got to create pressure. And we got to score too. So through all that, I don't know if we're going to do all those phases right on a short week, but
and 2 out of 4 we've struggled with, right? We've struggled up until last game taking the ball away, and we struggled getting consistent pressure.
Well, shit, it took us 4 weeks just to get a first interception.
Yeah.
Just to get 1 takeaway. Took us 4 weeks.
Yeah. And we got 3 of them in return, so hey.
Well, maybe that's the thing that can become contagious, like hitting, right? Maybe that's the thing you say, okay, well, we finally started finding the football hitting our hands. So maybe it can carry over on a short week to a Thursday.
Yeah, but do you think deep down that Tom Brady's going to make the same mistakes as Sam Darnold did last week?
No,
you know what I mean? So,
but I'll tell you this, Ralph, he's due for a few turnovers.
Absolutely, absolutely,
really clean.
The dude's been spot on these 5 weeks of football.
Yeah.
It's it would be nice for him to come back down to earth for 1 week.
He did throw 4 in the opening night.
He did.
They had 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
Right. So someone said, we need 2 and we win this game. Well, that's a good start. But the Cowboys got 4 and still couldn't win the game.
Yeah.
Remember that was,
you might need 10.
Though.
You're right. Yeah. Ovi again.
Here's the question: who does Tampa play next week?
Give me 2 seconds. I'll look for you.
Are we about to go 0-3 at home to start the year too? You know what I mean?
The Bears.
Or 0-4. Yeah, if we lose again, we're 0-4 at home.
Jeez.
Wouldn't expect that, right?
Nope. 0-4 with only 4 home games remaining too in the year, right? Because we play 8 at home this year.
Or 8 or 9.
9 on the road.
Yeah. Is it 9 on the road?
Yeah.
Either way,
on the road and everything
third at home.
Yeah, it'll be our
third game at home.
Oh, okay. So if we lose,
KC, San Fran, and KC at home.
Yeah, that schedule has not been kind to us with doing the home and away games. It's like ping-ponging back and forth, and when we're going to have our next set of consecutive home games is until the end of the season.
Yeah, I don't know. This is that. Listen, but I'm saying if you pressure up the middle and you get to them, you can stay in the football game. And then once that becomes reality, and you start believing you're in a football game, then all bets are off in the National Football League. Then all bets become off. So
I think if you can keep it close at the end of the first quarter, you feel good about yourself. Definitely at home. If you're down 3-0 going in the second, and you're getting to Brady, you're feeling really, really good about yourself for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we should be able to score on that defense.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They're missing. I know they're missing Levante Davis. I know they're missing him, and they're missing
Winfield.
Winfield as well. Yeah. This week. And obviously Gronk's out with the rib injury as well. So, but they still got those 3 wide receivers though.
Yep.
They still got them 3 wide receivers. Man, oh man.
Listen, this is where you need another big play Slay, right? You need You need these guys to be able to take the football away back there a little bit. So it's going to be a tough matchup, but it all starts with your guys up front. If your guys up front, you don't have a mobile quarterback here. So, it almost makes your life a little bit easier.
And they don't exactly
back there too.
And they don't exactly run the ball well themselves, right?
No.
So it almost is, they're almost looking at a mirror. We're almost looking at a mirror of ourselves, just more high powered, right? One dimensional offense. Granted,
I think the only good game Fournette had out of the backfield was against New England.
Yeah,
the Sunday night game was really the only good game he had so far, at least for them running the ball.
And that was a rain game, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, Nasty Goddard isn't playing because he's out with on COVID protocols.
And I think Ertz is in there as well.
Ertz is in, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully. What do you guys say? You guys
know, was Goddard vaccinated?
No idea. To the poll question, I'm gonna go disagree. Disagree. I don't think we beat Tampa Bay. Listen, at the end of the day, Tom Brady is Tom Brady. He's 4-1 against us, and I don't think he's ever lost in Philly, and I don't see that ending anytime soon either. They're just a way better football team than we are. Obviously, their defense is banged up, but their defense is still up there in the rankings in the NFL at least of what I remember. Looking over the stats coming into the show tonight, but I'm not too sure about where they are at now with the injuries and stuff like that. Listen, I don't know who's going to cover all three wide receivers. I don't know who. I think Slay's going to be on Evans for most of the game, or they just let him, whatever matchup they see fits them better, they just go on whoever. So it's just going to be tough stopping those three guys. And, obviously Gronk's out this week. So, O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate are in there for Tampa Bay as well. So, and the offense that I saw last week with the Eagles against Carolina, for those, like you were saying, Greg, those the three quarters where it was terrible offense and nothing but screens and just stupid play calls. And if you don't run the ball, I don't know how you can run play actions yet again. So if you can't run the ball more than 20 times this week, or if we don't see the ball getting handed off more than 20 times this week, I don't think we ever will for this season, boys.
Yeah, and I don't know if it has to be 20, but definitely.
Well, I'm just saying, like, combination of whoever you want. I mean, you got to run the ball at least 20 times. Either Sanders gets 10, Kenny gets 10, or 15 and 5, something. You have to run the ball, Tommy. You have to.
I agree with you.
Because you can't run play action with no running game.
You got to put it in the belly.
Dumb.
Yep.
You got to put it in the belly a bunch, and I don't know if they will. I'm hoping they will. That's why I think they'll win. I think they'll win because it's Thursday night, and weird shit happens on Thursday nights.
It definitely does.
You got a 44-year-old quarterback.
Yeah.
How's his bounce back? How's your bounce back on a short week? What goes into the body at this level? How's his bounce back on a short week? Can we get a little chink in the armor? You know what I mean? A little chink in the armor? A little strip sack or two?
He's looking a little slow.
Did he forget the Uggs? Did he forget the Uggs?
He's looking a little slow.
All
right, so you disagree, Frank?
Correct. Yep.
I mean, I unfortunately I disagree as well. I mean, I think going into this game, at least what I'm expecting of this game, I think this game they're going to have us hooked in. I think they're going to be close, but every second half of Bucs football that I've seen, or at least whenever I get the chance to see, they play unreal. Tom Brady is probably playing the best football that I have ever seen. Especially at 40 plus years old, like who does that at that age? But I think it's going to start. The game's going to start off pretty close, but I think Tampa's going to pull away and they're going to take another one away from us.
Yeah, I mean, I expected this sweep on here. Outside.
I just don't see how people see the confidence in the offense through these 5 weeks of football. Like, granted, we won. But majority of the W last week was because of the defense, and there's no running away from that, right?
Yeah,
obviously, the big block punt by TJ There you go. Your boy TJ, Greg gets the special team player of the week this week. So I just don't see how people see the offense as a confidence right now through 5 weeks of football.
Yeah, Ralph, I don't think it's necessarily like a confidence thing, right? Because I agree with you, right? It's still those first 3 quarters are still ingrained in my head. But where I kind of go with the possibility of, and hey, we might be able to score with them, is you look at the secondary and the back half of the Bucs defense and how potentially beat up it is. And then you look at a game like the Chiefs, right, where they were able to scheme some of these guys open that they weren't able to do against probably a better defense in Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Which probably had a lot to do with some of our struggles. So I wouldn't see, to your point, I wouldn't say it's confidence.
Yeah.
But we did see it against the Chiefs that they were able to scheme guys open, albeit off throws all the time, right? But, you see it against the Chiefs. You saw it against the Falcons that we can put up points on occasion. So maybe it's one of those things where it's like every other week we put up points. Yeah. And this would be that every other week, right?
Right.
Week 1, week 3, week 5. Here we go. Maybe we score 30 points, 35 points.
Yeah, I mean, we're capable of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm confident in this offense because I remember the first 3 quarters last week, but it's also a week-to-week league. And honestly, they get a little bit easier of a defense than Carolina, especially with the injuries. So, can you take advantage of it? And you're at home. You're at home. Can you make some big plays at home? Can you take the football away at home? I mean, somebody said in there that Brady wasn't good on Thursday night last year, and I could see that. I could see him being a little off on Thursdays at this age, right? We never seen anybody play at this age and at this level. So, I can see the body just being a little achy. I know he takes great care of it, but I would assume on Thursdays after a Sunday, he's not feeling as good as he feels on a Sunday after a Sunday.
Right,
and I can book that. I can guarantee that.
And of course, this is after Sunday where Brady probably had an unreal stat line, and maybe that sort of thumb came from all that passing. Maybe that'll play into it, but it'll be interesting to see how Brady's gonna come off of that game.
Does anybody out there in the chat agree with me? Does anybody out there in the chat have agree to the poll question that the Eagles will win tomorrow night? Because I don't know. I mean, I'm always picking us. I get it. But I don't know. I got a weird vibe. I got a weird vibe this whole week. Like Tampa's coming in and I wasn't scared. Like that's bad. And I got them ranked number 1 in my NFC power rankings, obviously. Yeah. Just because they're the defending champs. And, they've played at that level so far.
Yeah.
So that being said, I still smell it tomorrow night. We're 0-2 at home, right? We're due for a dub per se at home. Nobody thinks they're winning this game tomorrow night, and we can tell by just the way this panel's going, right? And the way the chat's going, rightfully so, rightfully freaking so. I don't expect people clamoring for us. Turnovers are contagious. Can they carry it? Getting to the quarterback like they did last week a little bit more is contagious. Can they carry it? Okay? Can they start settling down? And offensively, can you take care of the football? And can you have some big plays? And maybe not get called back? That's the bigger case. Some of these things that we're capitalizing on, can we capitalize on it and just, go kick the extra point and not have to worry about the yellow every single time? Yeah. Now, Jalen hasn't been perfect. We know this, by our grade sheets. But again, I don't think he needs to be perfect tomorrow night. I need to think he needs to play similar to how he played against Kansas City. Just similar to how he played against Kansas City. I thought
he was a B, right? Which was a B minus, right?
Yeah. He doesn't need to play.
Yeah, good game against Kansas City.
No, absolutely.
We call game like a B because there's some throws that had to be made that weren't.
Yeah.
But we all graded him good. But you got to be a B plus.
I think we take a B. Yes, absolutely. I think if he plays a B, if he plays a B style game from himself, I think we're in this game longer, if not the entire game. right? We maybe not win, right? To your point, Tommy, but I think we're in the game if he plays a B style. I also think Sirianni has to coach an A style game. You can't come out here and exactly right, be undisciplined again. We cannot be undisciplined tomorrow night. You cannot. Because, Tommy, as you said, we can't keep making big plays and then having to make them again because they're called back. We only have so many bullets in our chamber. Right?
Yeah.
We only have so many bullets. So that when you lose one because play gets called back, where do we go from there? It's so deflating from an offense.
Yep.
Not only from a fan base, I'm sure from an offense too. Like,
what a young offense.
We had that, and then what the hell, Dillard? You know what I mean? Like,
a young offense, Greg. Let's say it. A young offense.
A young offense.
Our biggest positions are young. When you look at Mulata in at right tackle, Dillard in at left tackle, Dickerson,
your whole offense is young.
Right? Devontae, Rager, Queds, Jalen, Miles. I mean, you got, and then you got Gainwell. You got a young offense. To the Greg's point, even more so. If you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right, and you're having these things happen to you, well, you feel good that you're going to get that big play again.
Yeah.
Right? You feel good if you're some of these explosive, proven offenses, right, that have shown that, hey, we're constantly explosive. But when you're young at your biggest positions, you need those plays to stand. You need it. And listen, you had all them touchdowns up there, they're probably 3-2. And not 2-3, right? So, I mean, I'm not saying they're anything more than that, but they definitely probably have a one more win somewhere.
Yeah, we probably have a winning record.
You just cut your penalties down a quarter. So Tampa Bay, me and Ryan talked about this Monday, but Tampa's is second in the league in penalties with 40. We're first with 50. I mean, 10 more is a lot from the second team. We didn't play that many fucking games.
It is, man. Only 5 weeks of football. We're number one with 50.
And they're right behind us. So, I mean,
that's 10 penalties a game. Right? That's 10 penalties a game.
Well, Ralphie, wouldn't you expect sloppy tomorrow night then? On both
absolutely.
Sides, both sides?
Yeah, potentially.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The only reason they get away with it is because who they are. When the second that dude takes a snap, everybody believes they're going to win. So it's that kind of lure. It's that kind of like that walks with him. The guy, everybody's going to work harder. It's just crazy. It's nuts.
They're second. Just think about it. They're second in the league with penalties, and they're 4-1. You know what I mean? So that to your point, you're absolutely right. Like it doesn't matter how many penalties they have or how many they get in the game. You still have number 12 underneath center, and you're 4-1.
Yep.
So,
well, hey, speaking of 12, you want to know how you win? Somebody take Tom Brady out to Gleason's bar on Thursday afternoon and get him absolutely trashed. All right.
Use promo code A2D. You use promo code A2D Radio and get yourself 10% off the bill. So,
you think Tommy pays? Does Tommy pay for that? Not you, Tommy. Like Tommy.
Oh yeah, I'm not paying for it.
Does TB pay for that? Even though you're trying to get him drunk, I would hope TB would pick up that tab, right?
You get him up to about 4 times the legal limit, and then we have a shot.
Well, Matt, he's never going to do that, Matthew. Sirianni needs to stop playing the offense out of shotgun formation. I mean, he's just never going to do that because of who his quarterback is and what his quarterback's comfortable doing. So in defense of Nick there, he's not going to do that. And I'm not saying I agree with that. I mean, he needs to learn how to take some under center. I agree. I mean, I fully agree there. But because of who his quarterback is, he's not gonna do that. What Nick needs to do is say on these RPOs, you need to put in the guts sometimes, dude. And then he's got to just call more run plays in general. So it's a combo. It's a combo on why we're not running the football at all. So I don't know, I don't know what they do tomorrow night, but they got to establish.
Well, they were saying that on the broadcast too. On Greg Olson was saying it when he was doing the color for their Sunday's game. Is that with the RPO game, the offensive linemen are think and run 100%. So that's why you always when Jalen's late pulling the ball out and you get the illegal man downfield is because you have your offensive linemen that are thinking of run 100%. And that's another thing that he just needs to get better at too. Is just making the decision faster on the RPO game.
Yeah, for sure. So score-wise, and you guys out there in the chat can throw yours in here. A chance to win a little Venmo gift. or Cash App, a little gift from us to you if you get the score right and offense defense player of the game. So I'm going to go 31-28 Eagles.
Do they kick the field goal late, or do they hold off the late surge?
They block theirs.
Oh,
Yeah. He's going to be one of those.
He went there. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we went there. They block one of theirs. So it's really interesting late. Offensive player of the game. I think I got to go with Jalen. If you want to put up 31 points, so
Yeah.
I got to go with Jalen.
Great one.
I think he throws for 2 and rushes for 1, and then the other one's going to be a running back actually, which everybody will be shocked. Did we just get a running back score a touchdown? Like everybody's not going to know what to do with themselves.
Yeah. What do I do with my hands?
Then Miles will score a touchdown. Like fantasy owners are going to be like, "What do we do?"
Watch. People are going to be
earlier,
dropping Miles, and he's going to go off. He's going to go off this
I think someone said earlier, Kamara's on bye week, so they got I guess some people got to use Miles now.
Yeah.
I bet Miles in the A2D league the whole time. Just like
wishing and hoping.
Wait, like we're gonna give a running back some carries? No, okay,
Yeah.
Another week.
This is the week. This is the week. Yeah.
Well, defensively, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be your 2 guys up front in the middle. I mean, like mentioned earlier, it doesn't have to be Javon Hargrave and Fletcher Cox.
Yeah, has to be.
I don't know how
if you can get the pressure up the middle, you have a statue playing quarterback this week, and you don't have a guy that can move around that well. You can get the pressure up the middle, you'll be fine. But like you said, Tommy, it starts with those 2 guys up front.
I also think Anthony Harris gets his first pick in an Eagles uniform. I don't think he has one yet, right?
No, he dropped one. I think it was week
1,
week 2,
2 or 3.
Yeah, week 1 or week 2. Yeah.
Oh,
I think we covered all of them. I said 2 or 3. You guys said 1. I think we covered them all.
He dropped one.
We're running out of weeks.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get one tomorrow night. Okay. And the big question mark is, and my last thing with this, and you guys give your score predictions, is do we see more Davion Taylor than Alex Singleton? Because I've had enough. But enough of watching him get burnt by everybody he covers. He's not good. He's not.
But he came from the Canadian Football League. He was undrafted. He was a free agent.
Everybody's
such a good
story.
He was a great story.
He's got great hair.
Yeah, well, guess what the NFL does? It spreads everybody's ass cheeks out. That's what the NFL does. All right, every offense spread your ass cheeks open. Right, they spread your ass cheeks open. And they spin it all around on you. And if you have a weakness out there that can't cover anybody on this goddamn panel, right, then guess what they're going to do? They're going to keep going back to it. And I've watched this dude get exposed. And then people are going to tell me, well, Tom, he's got, he got a lot of tackles. Yeah, because he's fucking chasing everybody.
Yeah, right. He's chasing.
Literally, we looked it up the other day. He had like so many. He had like, oh my God. He was like
I think he has like 50-something. I think he's top 5 in the league.
He had like 12.
No bullshit either.
He had like 12 last week. Fuck you. Or 2 weeks ago. Like, what are you talking about? Knock it off. That's where stats can lie to you, people.
No, the dude finds the football.
Yeah, because he's always chasing it from behind.
Yep.
Bryce, saw your post from earlier, brother. Sending our prayers out to you. So sorry for your loss. Yeah, Umberto, spread them open. That's what they do to you. Spread them wide. But yeah, 31-28 Eagles. Noah sleeping. Block kick. Block field goal.
Man, that coffee didn't do nothing for you, huh?
Nah, he goes to McDonald's. Who goes to get McDonald's coffee?
Oh, here we
That's
go.
where you go to
Starbucks.
You go to Starbucks.
Starbies.
You go to Starbies and you get yourself. Right, you guys got to go.
Get some PSLs from Starbies.
You
Yay!
guys got to go to Starbies and you got to get yourself a Venti French vanilla iced coffee, light cream, shot of espresso. freaking good to go.
I think I might need 4 monsters. I might have a heart attack on air, but that could be entertaining too.
You'll never sleep. You'll never sleep. I'll go real quick for my score.
You do that.
Even though I picked the Bucs, you still want me to go defense because we got yelled at last week for that. So I don't know if this is okay for me to go offensive player and defensive player for the visiting team. I got Tampa Bay winning this week by the score of 28-17. Offensive player of the game for the Bucs will be Mike Evans, and defensive player of the game will be Devin White for Tampa Bay.
Fuck you.
Wait, is that a linebacker? Really?
Correct.
I almost forgot when you said Levante David's out. You forget they got another pimp back there too.
And he's from LSU, and you know he's a pimp.
Freaking stud.
Oh, dude, it's their linebacking core is good.
That was a heart attack, and I wondered why my chest was hurting, and I forgot I took a couple swings the night off the tape, and now I know why my whole body. Now my chest is on fire. Why my chest been hurting me? I'm like, oh, that's right. You got fucking cute.
Ralph, though, to your score point, I think if we only give up 28 points, we're in the game.
You think so?
Yeah, I think if our defense holds them to 28 points, we potentially are in that game. That's what Tommy had him at, and we were winning, right? You know what I mean? Like you look at the games that we lost, obviously 40 burgers, right? You know what I mean? Like that's what this defense seems to do against a good offense. I think best case scenario from our defense is only giving up 28 points. If that's the case, we're in that game.
Yeah, but wouldn't you think that Tampa Bay is a good offense, though, so that 40 burger could happen?
There's no question. That's what I'm saying. I think for you having the Bucs winning, I think that scores
40 burger, they could throw a 50 burger on us.
They could.
I think that scores very indicative of a close game for the Eagles.
Gotcha.
Sure.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Like if we're only giving up 28, I think everybody on this panel would think that we're in that game, possibly winning it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that obviously. I think 28 puts you right in the football game.
Yep.
TTP has like an outlandish score. I mean, listen, if that's the case, I don't care who we're playing. I'm firing fucking Sirianni, at halftime probably.
If that happens, do you think Gannon gets fired? Realistically, he lets up 54 at home. You think he's gone?
I'd be all right with it.
No, because
I know you would be. You wouldn't Sirianni going after week 1.
So Schwartz coming back?
I don't see anybody getting fired.
No, I don't think they do
up
any firings in the middle of the season.
No, not.
Can we go up to the heavens and grab Jim Johnson and say, "Eric, come here"?
Can you call down?
Yeah.
Call Jonathan.
We'll keep you in the booth. Just call the plays in.
All right, so 31-28. Eagles. Ralph had 28-17. 28-17. Bucks. Noah's given his already, but you can give it again.
Yeah, I got 34-24 Bucks. Player of the game, I'll go with Chris Godwin. Offensive player of the game and defensive player of the game. Christ. The Bucks.
Unfortunately, he does not play for the Buccaneers.
Might be tomorrow night.
Yeah, right. The defensive player of the game, I'll go with. Let's go with. I'll go with the Bucks defensive line. Why not?
How many sacks, Noah?
I'll tell you what. I'll say this. I've been surprised with how well Dillard has played.
Yep.
Thus far, but do we really see that lasting?
Well, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to. Lane's out for probably the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on with that? You think you don't think he's coming back this year?
Well, just going by what we posted earlier today and what Sirianni said. I mean, he says we're hopeful by the end of the year. So that's not, encouraging anytime soon, right? So you're going to have to hope that Mailata makes that, true adjustment to that right side. I think they I think coming back off an injury, that was a tough assignment last week, and he still played fairly decent, except for those couple snaps in a row where just Hassan Reddick just sped rush him right by him. But other than that, I thought he played well. But that's a tough assignment, switching sides, coming back off a knee injury, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, are we hopeful that this guy has finally arrived in Dillard and maybe he'll actually show consistency, look like a professional? I mean, granted, he's played well for a couple weeks here. Do you think he'll finally
2 in a row
fulfill the expectation that we originally had when he was drafted in the first round?
I hope so.
There's no choice but to let him play, though, and let's find that out, right?
Right.
Well, he hasn't done anything since he started playing to not say he wasn't worthy of the pick. Since, he's actually been on the football field, which has been a big part of this issue too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You keep bringing Jason Peters back, and then he gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a constant, not wanting to give the keys to him. And then obviously Lane's personal reasons, sort of make you put Mulata over on the right side, and then you allow him to keep playing, which is honestly the best case scenario for you as a football team because you just paid Mulata a lot of money. So what are you
gave him
a lot of money too?
Right.
What are you going to do? I don't know. So I mean, you gave him a lot of fair money that is not like necessarily left tackle money per se. Which that if you decide to move on from Lane, you could then
and if Dillard works out, Dillard and Mailata could be your bookend tackles.
Yep.
Maybe in a best case, maybe in a best case scenario, they turn out like Runyon and Thomas did back in the day.
Listen, no, the best case scenario for you is you don't have to, with all these picks next year, that you don't have to go back to that well of the tackle well.
Because you got two tackles that are right there for you. Right there for you.
And if it proves to be the case, and if Dillard continues to play well, I mean that would definitely be nice. If nothing else, it would be a nice problem to have if Johnson were to come back, either later this season or next year. Then, at least that would be a decision the Birds would have to make. And I guess it would make Johnson pretty expendable at that point.
The only thing the only thing potentially not expendable for Johnson is his contract. Just because he's one of those guys they kept extending, kicking down the lane. I'm not sure when his last year of actual guaranteed money is because of that. But I'll look that up.
Yeah, I mean you could always deal him too.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I'm guessing this is all mental health issues with as far as Lane goes.
Yeah, I don't even want to say what I think and heard it is.
And if I think I think I might be thinking on the same page as you. If I
let that news come out from the organization or him, I'm not gonna be the one to put out people's personal businesses. But one can venture to guess because the NFL's a corrupt piece of shit. So one can venture to guess. But I wish Lane the best, and I know we all do.
Definitely.
Take as long as you want, brother.
As long as
you want.
As long as you need. I just hate the NFL with a passion. I've had plenty of rants on that in the past with a lot of their issues. But Wayne said this year's about finding out who we got. I agree, Wayne. I think we all agree. Mm-hmm. Noah gave your score prediction. Frank, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, but before I give mine, it is nice to see though that at least we have these young guys at tackle to where when Lane goes down, or like with Lane being out, because traditionally we're not a good team without Lane Johnson, and rightfully so. He's a hell of a player, right? And he's one of the top right tackles in football. So it's nice to have these young kids that at least to Wayne's point, right? If we're not very good at those positions, at least we're finding out again, right? And at least we're finding out towards the end of Lane's potential, career contract, to where if we got to figure that out, we figure it out. I think this is a potentially, high scoring game, somewhat. I'm going 38-27. Pats. Naturally TB12.
You mean Buccaneers?
Yeah, Pats, Buccaneers, same thing. I'm so used to saying Pats, right?
Yeah.
With Tom, right? But I'm gonna go with my UGG brother, and go TB12 and good old 8 fingers JPP on the other side.
Gotcha.
All right, I'll give my pick, but before I give my pick, Ryan has his pick. He's got the Buccaneers 31, Eagles 20. He didn't give his players of the game, and here are my here's my pick. I'm going to go 34-21 in favor of the Buccaneers. I'm not going to give players of the game either.
No players of the game.
Well, that's the whole point, Frank.
I'm not wishing that on because I don't play that.
Tristan says Bucks 31, Eagles 20. Yeah, I mean that's about right. Sam says Davion Taylor's look good. Yeah, I mean it's also looked good because the guy's been on the football field. You know, let him play. He has more athleticism than obviously the guy out there, like we touched upon earlier on in the show. So I don't know why. I mean, I have my speculations on why that they always hold these guys back a little bit, especially the later rounders. Is all about money and then you being able to dictate the deal. I mean, you talk about that Josh Sweat played 70% less snaps than Derek Barnett.
And got paid before Derek Barnett.
Yeah, and got paid before Derek Barnett.
Yeah.
So that tells me that my corrupt loser general manager does this shit on purpose so he can keep guys in income for less money because they can't run and slide their stats across the table, right? And their analytics and all the things that the agents will slide, Rich Paul you across the table.
Howie started seeing Josh Sweat doing good. He's like, I got to lock this dude up now. I got to lock him up now.
And this is what he does. This is what I feel like he does on purpose, guys. I feel like he does this with later round picks. Now, you can't do it with first round picks, obviously, because they're already getting paid. You're not going to do it really with second round picks because they're getting more money. But after that, I feel like he does it on purpose. Joey Trent says Eagles 31, Bucks 28. That's exactly what I got. You got Quez Watkins finally catches that deep TD bomb.
Quez is looking nice too.
Joey, finally catches. Are you just saying it finally turns into a TD? Because he does pop for, it seems like, one long one a game, but it just doesn't pop for a TD. Are you just implying that this one does? Because even the long ones
That's
that
how
don't,
I took it.
Yeah. Even the long ones that don't are still beneficial.
Yeah, I think he's saying he finally breaks one and gets in. You know what I mean? Because he had a bunch of
love to see it.
deep ones.
Because you look at the one that happened against the Niners that didn't even turn into 3 points.
No,
turned into nothing.
No, that was the Philly play, wasn't it? Yeah.
Solid.
Appreciate the reminder.
Sorry for that memory.
Williams, third round pick. Pat, yeah, I mean, he got a little pressure last week on the one Darius Slay interception. That was Milton Williams putting pressure on Sam Darnold, so that's good to see. You know what I mean? I can't be mad at that. I mean, it's tough to find linemen. They usually do a pretty good job of it later on in the draft, and maybe he's another one. Birds of a Feather will be live during the show tomorrow night. I don't think I'm coming anywhere close, nor should anybody who's done a live reaction here go anywhere close to it, because we are 2-0 and we don't touch it. So, in a way, trying to get a dub here on Thursday night will make for a great 10 days. Make for a great 10-piece nugget.
I love nuggets.
Todd, it's so hard to take him. What's up, my brother? It's so hard to take Miles as your offensive player of the game because he's even going to get the goddamn touches to dictate that. Like, I don't know if he does now. Maybe because Jalen did good on the RPO late and had a touchdown, etc. Maybe the Bucs really oversell that to his side, and maybe he finally, as the quarterback, makes that decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Miles could break one because he's obviously I mean, I guess due to break one, but you also need carries to break one. I'm not a big Miles supporter, but you need the carries to be able to break them.
Mm-hmm.
And he has not gotten those carries. And that's what I find amazing because another goal. Because that's what he does. He's almost a guy who'll give you like two, maybe a loss, right? Another 2, and then boom, hit you for 30, 40.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he'll slow play you, and then he'll break that one. And we can't get that because we don't even give it to him to have that opportunity. It's just like, first play of the game, he gets a yard, then we pass for the next 15 downs.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. So I know everybody besides myself has us losing this football game, and I get it, right? But what do they need to do? Let's say in the first half of football, and not just say keep it close, Tom, because obviously, what do they need to do if you're watching to say, oh, man, we can win this game? Like, you might be close, and there's times where you're like, we're not winning this game at halftime, right? And there's other times you watch games, and it's close, and you're like, oh, we're going to win this fucking game. Or if we had the lead, like what do you guys here, and obviously in the chat, the family out there, what do you need to see to say, okay, we got a chance to steal a big one? We got a chance to steal a big one? What is that? And I need to see that. I need to see that big turnover in the first half, right? Or just the pressure.
Yep.
One of those two things I need to see in the first half. More so, I'd rather see the pressure. Because then the pressure will tell me if they're getting to him. If they're getting to him, the pressure will then tell me, okay, picks could be coming. But I'd much rather be sacking him. I think I'd much rather be like, have like 3 sacks and 3 sacks and like 8 pressures in the first half.
They're relentless. Holy shit.
They think that we get, okay. Because even if we take the football away, but we're not putting any pressure on them, then you're like, okay, when are they? And it's close, right? And you're like, all right, they're going to explode if we don't start. If we don't start getting home.
I think for the Eagles as a whole, the first 2 drives of the game have to be positive, right? At least move the ball downfield and get some type of points, right? To at least feel good about yourself going throughout the game. Because if you come out, your first 2 drives are what we saw last week, and it's the continue 3 and outs and nothing's moving the ball, and it might be a long day. So as an Eagles offense or just as a team, confidence-wise, move the ball down the field the first 2 drives of the game that you have it, and hopefully get points. And then you feel good about yourself, and then let the defense do what it's done good so far, and that's been getting pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, I love that, Ralphie. You know what I mean? Love that. Get off to a little bit of a hot start.
Yeah.
Show them that you're here to play. Benny's Nation, the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice to score touchdowns in the red zone. That would really.
Yeah.
I was gonna continue on Ralph's point of starting fast, but also don't settle for field goals.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, yes, on the defensive side, Tommy, you hit on the nail. Pressure and/or a turnover, perfect, right? But on the offensive side, in order to, take advantage of this, depleted secondary and potentially depleted just defense in general, you can't settle for field goals, especially to Benny's point in the red zone. In the red zone, we got to score touchdowns if we're going to try and win a game like this. And that, if you look back real quick to the Chiefs game, that's what ultimately hurt us. Is we took field goals when touchdowns were there, right?
Yeah.
We missed that touchdown to Ertz, kicked the field goal, and then ultimately I think we missed that touchdown. I think we kicked the field goal on that touchdown that got pulled back from Goddard.
Yeah.
Right? And because of that, we're missing keeping up with such a high-powered offense. And then when you're going up against it, you need touchdowns.
And then the missed attempt from Greg when it hit off Greg's Ward's hands in the end zone as well, you kicked the field goal there. So, listen, if you just can convert in the red zone like you were saying, Greg, especially in the Kansas City game, we might be sitting here 3-2. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, what about this? I mean, say they don't get the turnovers, right? But they get off the field. Like, I think that would be something.
Yeah, that's big confidence right there.
That if you're like, okay, we got off the field like 4 or 5 times in the first half. Like, we got off from third downs and they didn't sustain long drives on us. Like, that's almost like, it's not a turnover because we need turnovers tomorrow night. But that's almost like in the first half. Like, oh, okay, we're getting it done.
Especially getting off the field. Especially getting off the field and like in the 3rd and 7s or the 3rd and 9s and the 3rd and longs, where that's been a problem this year for this defense, where 3rd and 7s and 3rd and 15s they've been getting first downs on us, and you have to keep, and the defense just keeps on staying out there. Yep. So like you said, Tommy, I agree with that. If you can get off the field early against this team, that's a big confidence booster.
Yeah, Umberto, we did expect that against the Niners when their secondary was out, and we really didn't get that. So I don't want to assume because their secondary is banged up that we're just going to get these explosive plays. But I sure as hell hope so.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yep, he's out. He's just enjoying life.
He's crushing mosquitoes with his eyes.
That coffee
This is a
ain't
McDonald's.
do nothing.
Yeah, this is a paid sponsorship from McDonald's coffee. Don't ever buy it. Don't ever buy it. This is where you end up.
Do they put any caffeine in that coffee?
Nope.
You know what's sad? He probably waited 15 minutes in the drive-through line just to get it because there is no more fast than fast food.
Jeez. Spent $12 on a McDonald's coffee. That's unreal. Man, oh man.
Frank, did you respond, Frank?
Let's see. I mean, I pretty much agree with everyone. Just no dumb penalties in the red zone. Tampa, they've been playing great in the second half. I think if you try to compete with them in the second half, stay in it. As much as Tom doesn't want to hear it, you got to keep it close at the end of the first half. I mean, that's the only way we could stay in this game.
The pressures, as you brought up, Tommy, like getting the pressures, like, obviously, right. Would we love 2 picks in the first half? Yeah, absolutely, right. But I think the pressure in the first half, as long as it's consistent, potentially leads you to turnovers late in the game, in that second half, right?
Yeah, hold on. Mason says, who was holding up the camera? Noah? Is he sleeping and holding it? That's fucking amazing. And yes, I do love Ocean Sounds of Sleep, really, because that's what the baby has on. So I get that playing. So I do like some Oceans.
I'm more of a listening to raindrops kind of person.
He's already got more carries right now. He already got another touch.
He's dreaming about Miles running the ball more than 3 times right now. I can see it.
Anthony said he's dreaming about the refs.
My God.
Rondell says this dude fell asleep talking Eagles. T. Lewis, good luck with that. That Hurts got to stay in the pocket and go through his progression if he has time.
I would love it. Just give me 2 reads first, right? Like, give me your first read, give me your second, and then go out. But I hear you, T-Lo.
Benny asked, where can I get an over-under of no falling asleep?
Well, usually Nate would have those ready to go. I think usually he sets it at like 45 minutes or something.
Yeah. I think it was 42 and a half today.
Yeah, well, that young guy would be great if it's the quarterback tomorrow night, Matt. You know? Have a breakout game, a statement game.
I mean, the good thing to Matt is there's a lot of guys on the offense that we would take that statement game from, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because our whole offense is young. So that would be awesome. And to your point, Tommy, if it's one of the receivers, whether it's Quez, Devontae, Jalen, right, it's got to be coming from Hurts. So to your point, there's almost got to be 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Umberto, I mean, and rightfully so, though. I mean, if he comes out and plays poor tomorrow and they get their doors blown off, I mean, it's a quarterback in the National Football League in any market. That's how it goes. Tomorrow's a 10 start. So, I mean, the starts continue to add up, right? In terms of like the game slowing down for you. So tomorrow night could be a statement game for him. There's a player on this football team that could use that statement game it would definitely need to be Jalen Hurts. And I mean statement by going through your reads, right? Or some big plays or a big statement win, right? I mean, he's looking for that statement win to show he can win games. We talked about judging quarterbacks off wins, losses, etc., right? Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. Here's your opportunity, 10 games in as a starter to get that statement win.
Yeah.
I mean, you look a couple weeks ago when Tampa Bay played the Pats, New England didn't win the game, but Mac Jones had struggled up into that game, and then he came and almost went toe-to-toe with the GOAT with a chance to win the game, albeit, 56 yards in the rain. But there is something to be said about a young guy going up against an old, wily veteran that might potentially bring out the best in that guy, right? So, if there is – he played well against Patrick Mahomes too. Let's not forget he played well against Kansas City.
Yeah,
so he has shown that he can play well. He played well against Matt Ryan too, a veteran. Right now, I'm not saying he's playing against these guys, but
but how do we judge it, Greg? I mean, we got to be fair about how we always judge it.
You judge it by wins and losses, and then at the end of the day, how did you play in those wins and losses? So can he continue? Can he continue that good string against some suspect defenses? If he could do that, at least we know there's hope. There's at least a little sliver of hope. If you can beat up a good defense, then I'm sure he can learn how to beat up a good defense. I hope.
Well, Joey, if they beat them tomorrow, listen, if they beat them tomorrow night, first off, Noah will probably wake up. Two, if they beat them tomorrow night, if you look at the schedule after this,
if they beat them tomorrow night, you're beating the Raiders and you're beating the Lions, even though they're both on the road, right?
Think about this. It isn't a gauntlet. It isn't a gauntlet moving forward like it is early on. If you come out early on 3-3, not many people had that. Not many.
No. Then you get the Chargers at home. Chargers are good, but you get them at home. Right? Difference, right? They struggled at Washington. They ended up winning the game, but they struggled at Washington. And then you get the Broncos on the road. And so, yeah, I mean, I think you're right. If they do win this game, it is it does potentially set you up to go on a little bit of a run. And who knows at that point, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Buffering. Well, that's how it goes, Julio. He said, crazy how Quez, an 8-round pick, is everything regular was supposed to be. Imagine we had Jefferson and Smith as a 1-2 punch.
Yep.
I mean, you could even go even further. Right? You had Jefferson and Metcalf, and then Parsons, because you didn't need Smith, right?
Yeah.
or Surtain, right? You could go either way at that point, right? When you don't need Smith, you can then go, Parsons, Surtain, right? Whatever. At that point, right? But no, I'll take Smith though. I'll take it.
Well, John, we are going a week at a time because we're talking about this week for an hour and 8 minutes so far. So all we did was mention that it's not a gauntlet after this. We didn't give win-losses. We just strictly said not a gauntlet, and it's not. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and give you a win-loss total, on the rest of the remaining games. Nah, I'm good. Let's go a week at a time. It starts with showing can you get a signature win? Can Nick Sirianni get a signature win? Can Jalen Hurts get a signature win? Because that's what tomorrow night is on prime time. Because the last primetime game you were on, you were fucking embarrassed.
Embarrassed.
So, what kind of response do we get tomorrow night?
Because there won't be many more primetime games if you continue to get boat raced.
Yeah, that Monday night game, national televised, 40 spot, and got demolished. Did not look good. Yeah. And if it happens again, it's not going to be pretty in the city if it happens again on national televised game.
Well, Joey, why don't you hop in and buy a membership now, and then we'll win you money over the weekend, whether we win or lose.
Yeah, this game has zero to do with you guys winning money, becoming an A2D member. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Right in the comment section, $9.99 a month. Okay, get your picks from Nate, from Willie Vegas, 20% off A2D gear. You get part of the jersey member wheel giveaway. You get your shout outs. You get everything. So it's a no-brainer. You're winning that money plus some. Getting your money back plus some. And some mean a lot.
Yeah.
Guys are hot. I don't know what that was. Sorry, I was trying to read a comment. 3 runs.
60 passes on Thursday. Any bets, win or lose?
I don't know if we're going to run 60 plays, so.
Yeah, well, if you want to stay in it, you better.
It's true.
Julio, appreciate you, my brother. Said renewed.
Nice.
Love it, Julio.
Yes, and Colin, I did see that. No blackout game tomorrow. Going green.
I think they're probably going to save that for the rivalry games.
Just like the turbines on the top of the stadium.
Yeah. Jay's not happy. The midnight green.
Nobody's happy.
See, I would go the other way there. I mean, Bucks money line all day. I mean, why not Eagles money line?
There's no money to win on the Bucks money line.
Yeah, it's not even worth it.
I'm pulling it up right now. Like,
same here. They're minus 280.
280? Yeah. What worth is that, right? I mean, yeah, I get you. Should they win the game?
You win
sure.
$7.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you go to the other side and put up 20, that pay out 65 on 20. So,
yeah.
Way more goddamn value there.
I mean, yeah.
Than the other way around. Not saying the Eagles are going to win. I mean, I think the good bet's the Eagles plus 6.5. Like, that line's low. Why is that line so low?
Or if you find another team during the week to go, I'm just looking. I don't want to jump in anybody, but like a teaser, take the Bucks down to just winning the game, right? You know, take them down to minus a half, right? And then team that with somebody up.
Yeah.
You team that up with the Chiefs minus 6.5. Get them both just to win the game against Washington. I think that happens, right? Both of that happens.
Should. But that's why it's NFL.
Absolutely. Or if you want something to do is you know, even that doesn't get you. If you parlay the Bucks and the Chiefs money line, it still doesn't get you plus money, so not worth it.
Solo Eagles, Dad, what's up, brother? Say what's up, fellas.
Oh, what up, Solo?
Hey, Solo.
No, Lane is not back this week. He might not be back all year. So, I mean, I would just expect not to have Lane Johnson the rest of the season. And when we find out what that reason is, we find out, I guess.
Yep.
I mean, your guys' run defense is phenomenal, but you still got to like at least put the ball in the belly more than 3 times to expect to hang in the game with a team like yours. I mean, that's just common football 101.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the confusing thing, Jinx. Why are they only 6.5-point favorites? I mean, I know they're on the road, but you think that'd be like 8? I think it started at 7.5. It's gone to 6.5. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, naturally, it should have. No, it should have went up, right? If all the money came up, so if it was at 7.5 and then all the money came in on the Eagles, you would think it would have gone up. But maybe it came down because of the injuries in the defense, right? Their secondary coming out with those guys being officially called out. Maybe that's what it came down for. I mean, I think if you're able to get Eagles plus 7.5, that's a good bet to me.
Yeah.
You get Eagles plus a touchdown and a hook, I'd take that.
Well, do I think they can run the ball against the Bucs, Mr. Wilkins, or do I think they should run the ball? I'm not telling you they're going to run the ball well
3 times.
Yeah, I'm not sitting there saying, hey, they're going to run the ball well. I'm just saying they got to make at least a concerted effort. To run it a little bit.
At least show a pulse in the run game. My goodness.
Ethan, I don't know. I don't know what Lane's issue is. Not sure. Don, yes. Gronk is still out.
Yeah, he's got. I think it's still with the ribs. I think he had like fractured ribs or broken ribs.
It was
something.
a fractured rib, and I think it was also a punctured lung as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So
and I think that was the concerning part was the lung. But it seemed like they were thinking that with the keeping him out this week with the 10 days, the little extra rest, he'd be available for them for their next game. Speaking of ribs, did you see potential? Looks like Tua might come back this week.
Yeah, saw that.
Oh yeah.
If he looks good,
rather start Jacoby.
Wow.
Rather.
Well, I know Jacoby went down with a concussion last week.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even know who their third string quarterback is, to be completely honest with you.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Just keep losing, Miami.
Yeah.
Keep losing.
Yes, please.
I will be in the area, Bobby.
There you go, Bobby.
I'll be at the game.
Can meet up with Frank.
I mean, I don't think you don't target him.
He might swoop in for and be a good time.
I don't think you don't target him, Benny.
Nah.
I mean, it's not the Richard Sherman of old.
No.
So, I mean, you got to target everything out there.
Yeah.
That's their weakness per se coming into this football game. So, can you throw the ball enough on them? I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out a little bit about Jalen Hurts tomorrow night too.
Yep.
Gonna find out. I mean, how does it go?
Going to be on Jalen again.
Yeah, I mean, what do we say if it doesn't go well? What do we say if he plays bad? I mean, what are the building excuses going to be from people? Now I'm going to hear it's only 10 games. After every week, it's only this many games at a time. Okay, I'm not saying he's played, 3 full years in the NFL. I'm just saying how many times a week he keeps saying the game count. We know, but I still need him. I think we all do. We need to see him grow a little bit.
Yeah. And I just think, oh, go ahead, Greg.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I just think whatever happens, if he plays good or plays bad, I just don't think, I've people out there saying, we got to bring Flacco in, we got to bench him, we got to do with the offense. I just think that no matter what happens, if the dude throws 10 picks this week and 5 picks next week, there's no way where you're sitting Jalen Hurts. I just don't see this front office or the coaching staff doing that anytime soon. If he does continue, if he does have a game like he did Monday night against the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to make a full starting change, it's not Flacco, and that's the reason you went out and got Minshew, right?
Yeah,
to make a full starting change. If you're talking about in game where Minshew's obviously hasn't dressed yet, right? If you're talking in game, he's just struggling, you need a change of pace, then yeah, obviously you go Joe.
Oh, there goes Noah.
Noah dropped out.
Down goes Noah.
Or Tommy kicked him out.
No, I did not.
That, you know what I mean? That's where I think that plays out. But I was going to go somewhere and I forgot. Anyway, but no, I think if you're going full QB change starting wise, you go Minshew.
But he's also shown games, and we sat here, through the weeks where Jalen's played very good games, and we praised him for that.
Sure.
And before coming into last week, right? We've all agreed that he had 2 great weeks and he had 2 bad weeks.
Oh, Potato Land! What
up,
Ed?
We're in Idaho.
I used to love playing NCAA with being a Vandals and playing and bringing the Idaho Vandals into a national powerhouse. Oh, used to love it.
The 2-star teams to the 5 stars.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Ed. But where I was getting ready to go a couple minutes ago was we all talk about number of games with Jalen, right? And it's fair, but we just got bamboozled by our last quarterback after 3 or 4 years. Right. Correct. So again, is there a right or wrong answer? Right. Is it too short? Who knows? Can you give him too long? Right. We ran the course with our last guy. After 2 years, he was an MVP candidate, potentially an MVP guy, and then he went downhill from there. Mm-hmm. So even if we continue to see flashes and good play from Hurts, who knows when that potentially, goes downhill. Obviously, we're not hoping to see the same trajectory, but for those people who are like, oh, it's only this many games. Well, we waited 3-4 years to see only this many games before our last guy went to shit.
Yeah. And we sat here multiple times, we all want Jalen to succeed because we don't want to go in the offseason, look for another quarterback and doing this all over again, right? We want Jalen to succeed because it sets you up for you can build a team around this guy now, right? If you don't have to throw him the $130 million that we did with Carson Wentz, and then you're handcuffed a little bit when free agency comes and you can't do nothing about it, right? You can't really build a team around that. So you have Jalen as the second-round pick making the money he is. You can build a team around Jalen and set him up for success.
No, absolutely. That's the ideal scenario.
Yeah.
Well, and that's sort of what Bill's saying, too. I mean, imagine if you had 3 top 10s or 3 top 15s. I mean, man, you can really revamp
build a team. Absolutely.
Really
absolutely. Fast. And your quarterback's not making $130 million, and you have all this money going into free agency. The Eagles, outside of this year, the Eagles should compete next year for a playoff spot.
Yep.
And there's no excuses for that. No excuses with the picks that you're going to have, maybe top 3, top 10 picks, the way it's looking at it right now.
Yeah.
And boatloads of money to work with in free agency. There's no excuses for the Eagles next year. No excuses.
And you definitely got to hit those picks, especially
absolutely.
If it stands and we got those 3 top 10 picks. It'll be amazing if we hit all 3 of those top 10 picks.
Yeah,
because I for one would like one Devin Stingley in an Eagles uniform.
Oh, don't talk me into a good time, Frank.
I know it'll be a great time.
No, then you also you hate to kind of beat a dead horse while it's down, but you look at the Lane Johnson situation, right? We have all this potential cap space without realizing what's going on with Lane Johnson, right? You potentially could have even more, or you could have potentially more after next season, depending on when you kind of end up, whatever happens with Lane, to where if you then did need to extend Jalen, you didn't have to worry about it too much this year because of that free money that's getting freed up by, either Fletch or Lane Johnson potentially down the road.
Yep.
Big Moose, thank you, brother, for the super chat. Should I start Hurts or Devontae in fantasy versus the Bucs?
Well, if you're going to start one, you might as well start them both, you would think.
¿Por qué no las dos?
Well, what are your other options, Big Moose? Like, what else could you go?
Yeah.
Like, who else you have? Like, the one league I have Jalen Hurts, I have Justin Herbert. So it's hard for me to pull the trigger and start Jalen Hurts when I have Herbert there. So it depends on who you have in front.
Agreed.
So throw in who you got, and
same thing with Devonta too, right? You know what I mean? Like, you're not, I wouldn't start him over some of the high end guys, but if you're, debating between a bunch of mid level, low level guys, and maybe he is the play, to kind of double dip on that. But what are your options, Big Boos?
Oh, he says Dak, CD, or Adam Thielen.
I don't know if I'd start him over Dak. Who's
Smith over Thielen?
It wouldn't be a bad one to go over Thielen. Definitely not over CD. Especially if you're you're talking the same thing. You're double dipping Dak and CD, right?
Yeah, double points.
The Cowboys are playing the Patriots on the road.
That game is in New England, huh?
Yeah, I mean they're just better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dak and CD are better than the Jalen and Devontae right now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
No knock, but it's just they are now. Thielen, I potentially would play Devonta over Thielen just because Thielen they're going up against the Panthers. Panthers, as we saw, have a decent secondary, and Thielen just isn't getting the looks and the targets this year that he was previously.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Jalen's ranked really high in fantasy value because of the rushing yards. He's more will on the run right now, obviously, than Dak is.
Yeah,
in the rushing touchdown. So that's where that comes into play. Now, who's a better 1-2 punch? It's Dak and CD, but fantasy-wise, CD's beating out Devontae Smith, but Jalen almost like evens that out fantasy-wise, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it depends what kind of football game you think it's going to be tomorrow night. That dictates it. So I would say don't run with them and go with Dak and CD for the reason that if you're an Eagles fan and you don't want to get a double whammy where like your Eagles take you out of fantasy. You'd rather say, fuck, I should have started them and they go and win, right? Like that's what you'd rather have as a fan. But that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Pittman, McLaurin, Smith, or Robinson. I think you got to go McLaurin. And
three of these receivers.
You got to go. I guess you got to go Pittman too.
Yeah, Pittman.
Yeah, it seems to be Carson's number one guy.
Yeah.
Who are the other two? Smith. Who Smith and who Robinson?
I guess Devontae and Allen Robinson. I don't even think Allen Robinson has even. Dude, he's been having a quiet year.
Yeah, I would go to first three if that's Allen Robinson.
Yeah, because he's been. I don't know. I don't even know if Allen Robinson's even playing this year. He's been so quiet.
Yeah, that might be Dougie P.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd want to go in that shitstorm right now, but they do got talent.
But right? For him, it's a no-lose situation right there, right? You go
they got talent. It's West Coast offense already. You know what I mean? A lot of similarities.
There's no expectation for him to come in there.
None.
Because you're right. Like, you sit there and out from the outside world, you go, why would you ever do that? Right. But for a guy who maybe halfway through the year is like, maybe I shouldn't have taken the year off. Maybe I should have went back somewhere. Maybe he's starting to get that itch. And he's like,
you got to go to the historic franchise in the Raiders and
try and revive them.
It's in Vegas. They have Derek Carr. They have Mike Mayock, who seem to be drafting well at least. Yep. They got some pieces that you can.
They got Josh Jacobs out there too.
Yeah,
you got yourself another tight end.
Now you're going to the typical firing place.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Which is like the opposite, which is like, like a 1-0-5. You know what I mean? Like, they're 0-5, start the year off. Like, that's not a place you want to go. Right? But they're 3-2.
Yeah.
They're right in the conversation. And they have a legitimate top 15 quarterback, wherever you want to rank him in there. I don't really care. I'm not going to argue that with anybody. But like he's top 15, maybe top 12. At least this year he's played at that level, right? So
yeah.
Did the Browns make the Super Bowl? No, I don't think so.
Nah. I don't think so.
No.
By the way, it's looking in right now. It's Buffalo's to lose out of the AFC. I mean, Buffalo is flying high, man.
Yeah.
They are looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they probably lose this week now.
Yeah, right.
Not because of you saying that, just because they beat the big bad wolf. Right? They just beat the big bad wolf.
Yeah, on Sunday Night Football.
Monday night. Now they're back on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go to Tennessee.
Yep.
Who's like in desperate need of a win. And it's a team a team that can run the ball and like beat them though. So that's gonna be a fun game on Monday night because you're gonna find out a lot about Buffalo.
Yeah.
Do they have a letdown game or do they just keep rocking on all cylinders? And then the weird game, we'll go through all the games in a second here, but there's one I'm like wondering with my suicide pool. Like, I almost feel like I gotta take the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, and against Seattle with Geno Smith.
Yeah, like they stink, but Geno Smith traveling to Pittsburgh, like no freaking way.
He's back,
right?
baby. Geno's back.
That's right.
Free picks.
Who'd have thunk that in 2021 Geno Smith is still in the league and is starting for the Seattle Seahawks? Who'd have thunk?
And that game's still only 5 points.
Yeah.
The highest spread game is the Colts at Texans coming to the Colts. And I hear you. I don't know if I'd be able to pull that trigger either. Then again, I did just go Raiders, so.
I can't. I mean, you didn't go 1-4. And I'm going 1-4.
Could you imagine if the Texans come out with a W
Yeah.
against the Colts.
They could.
Oh, man.
Football for like 1-4 and what
Yep.
they were supposed to be. They're actually like they're playing tough against everybody they're playing
Yeah,
against.
they are.
Like that, and it's a division.
And they're getting I mean, it doesn't really change anything. Well, it might, but I think they're getting Tyrod back this week too.
Mm.
That
For
does change
quarterback.
a little bit though. That
Yeah.
gives
it
me
does.
a little bit more. Again, I wouldn't play it, but that would give me a little hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would probably feel okay, 80% okay, going up against Davis Mills. But you're talking about Tyrod, who's a pro. You know, a pro's pro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
I would
Yes.
I would definitely move against that at that point.
All right,
Although we need a Colts win this week.
yes,
Yep.
They need to stay somewhat relevant in that division.
That's what I'm saying too. Like everybody's saying, "Oh, we could get a top 3." Well, you really need the Colts to get a win some way, somehow.
Yep.
Just to keep their confidence level, because their division as a whole right now is not even that great.
It's pretty bad. Like,
Yeah.
They're in
Tennis,
Yeah, they're still in
struggling.
it, Tommy. So if you win this week and Tennessee loses Monday night against Buffalo, they're sitting at 2-4, and they're right there.
That's
Yeah.
where this loss Monday night kills them.
Yep.
What kills us?
Well, it kills us, but it kills them too, right? You know what I mean? Because you're right. You go potentially, having the Texans at home, you potentially could be winners 2 in a row and be what then? You're right, Ralph. If they lose, you're a game out then.
Yeah. Yep.
40 boy, thanks for a super chat. And I think a lot of people have heard this, but we don't. Everybody's going to say it's true. He said, I heard Lane Johnson may be fighting prescription pill addiction. No facts yet. I don't mean to spread rumors, but as the next addict, I'm praying for 65. We all are. You know what I mean? If that is the case, right? It's just more proof the NFL is a bunch of fucking losers. But we'll wait until the real facts come out.
Thanks for super chat. He's also a member as well. We love that. Thanks, 40 boy.
Thanks, 40.
Thanks, 40.
All right, we want to run through some of these games real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's run them.
We get another Sunday morning game, huh?
Yeah, the London game again.
Oh,
The second London game.
Now Jacksonville is going to London, right?
What a matchup this is! Yeah, Shad Khan loves going to London.
Oh, he loves it.
Yep.
He would probably play half his games in London if the NFL loved him. So we got Dolphins -3 against the Jags. Jags are the quote unquote home team. Sunday morning. Tua time does seem to be back. That's what they're saying.
Jacksonville hasn't gotten a win yet, right?
No, they do not.
No.
Part of me wants to go Jacksonville, but the other part says they're just still a bad football team.
Yeah.
A very bad football team. Oh man. You know what? I'll go Dolphins. I'll go Dolphins get the win in London.
I'll go Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm going Jacksonville as well. Urban Meyer got taken away from the spotlight. He was like, "Oh, hey NFL, have you seen these emails from John Gruden?
Yeah.
So you can bury my video, and here you go. Here's John Gruden on the platter." No, I think they going over there gets them a dub.
And this is the first of my locks of the week. I'm going to go Jacksonville with the money line.
Going money line lock.
Oh, by the way, fun fact: my first time ever betting
was God.
Last Sunday, dude. Last Sunday, I don't know how you guys do it. I'm pacing around my house. I had a 6-leg parlay going. 6-leg parlay going.
Your first time betting, you go 6-leg parlay. You're already a degenerate.
Yeah, it's already a big problem.
Yeah. It was fun. Awesome. Now it was fun. I'm definitely gonna do it again this week. Definitely gonna do it again.
Nothing like easing your way into it, like doing a couple straight games. No,
yeah.
Let's go 6-leg parlay. Let's go right up the jump. All right, 1 o'clock slate. Kansas City -6.5 at Washington.
This is my second lock of the week. I'm going to take Kansas City with the spread, and that is going to be the pick in my suicide pool.
Oh, you're going a road game. Wow. I love you, boys.
We're gonna have we're gonna have angry Mahomes in Washington. So
40
it's
boy,
gonna be fun.
40 boy, thanks again, brother. By the way,
Thanks,
love you,
boy.
boys. I don't do much but work and watch Eagles content. Y'all make my day and inspire me to start my own content. Thanks, fam. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
You said this is Kansas City, correct? And
yes.
Washington?
At Washington.
Kansas City.
-6.5. Too.
-6.5.
Yeah, give me KC, I guess. To cover that. I don't love it.
Yeah, I agree, Tommy. There's something, again, kind of like the Bucks line with us. It's that same number, right? It's that same 6.5 number. Seems kind of strange, but I just think Kansas City's too good to keep losing. But their defense is trash.
Yeah, it's bad.
Green Bay -4.5 at Chicago.
Green Bay.
Yeah, Packers. Lay to 4.5.
I will take the. Yeah, I'll take the Packers.
Yeah, lay to 4.5 there.
Yeah, clean sweep. I mean, Chicago played well. Obviously, they beat me in Oakland or Las Vegas in the suicide, but I think Fields got a little banged up, so he's not going to be 100%. I think he hyperextended a knee, so he's going to be a little bit hobbled. Yeah, and then you're going up against Rodgers. Yeah, go ahead, Green Bay. Rams -9.5 at the G-Men. And I don't know if Danny Dimes is playing.
He got messed up, man.
Did you see him like?
Yeah, he was messed up.
Yeah, I mean, this should be a Rams blowout, you would think.
Yep. I will take the Rams. And Ryan's first of 2 locks of the week, he's got the Rams covering against the Giants.
Yeah, 9.5 is the DraftKings line.
Yep.
And the Rams have over 400 total yards in 3 straight games, which is tied for the longest active streak. They're definitely breaking that again. They're definitely breaking it.
I'll go Rams. Even with Danny Dimes, I'll go Rams.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to stone cold stamp that as a lock, just because that's a lot of points on the road.
Yeah.
But if Danny doesn't play, I lock that in as a lock. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's all about if he plays or not.
And not that long neck Glennon's any better, but it's just just one's a starter, one's not, right?
If I want to see giraffes in New York, I'll go to the Bronx Zoo, not Mike Glennon. So I'm good.
See David Schwimmer.
What's the next
one? Next one is Chargers +2.5 on the road at Baltimore. I like the Chargers here.
I do.
Yeah.
I think you get a letdown game from Baltimore, and I just think the Chargers are flying high.
Yeah, I'll take the
letdown
Chargers.
game after coming off that emotional win Monday night. Yeah,
and to be honest, the Chargers had an emotional game or a big play game too against the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's been happening a lot for the Ravens, right? Just seeing them like nationally televised a bunch so far.
Yep.
It seems like they've been having those types of wins. So maybe they are due for a little bit of like a letdown with that. That game is at home. You know, the Chargers just scored like 100 points, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, did they slow themselves down at all? I don't know. Right now it's hard to pick against Lamar Jackson in the regular season. Because it seems like he makes plays when you need him to make plays. But I'm gonna go Chargers here.
All right.
I think they're a complete football team. Plus, they're getting to 2.5, so it's like, okay, you know, it's not a lot of points, but you're getting a little something.
And obviously, you play the game, but realistically, Baltimore shouldn't have won that game on Monday night. You know what I mean? If Rodrigo, whatever his name is, Four Eyes could hit a kick, they're not even in the game.
Yeah.
You got aforementioned the Indianapolis Colts -10 hosting the Houston Texans. I don't know where the Indianapolis Colts are giving 10 points to anybody.
They gotta win this game. They have to.
Yeah, they might win the game, but I'm gonna take the points and go with the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I'm right with you. And they stink, but that's a lot of fucking points. For a 1-14 to be given another 1-14. Who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? That's what I want to say. Who are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you just coughed up a game in the bag.
Yeah, you were up. What was it? 15 points? 12 points?
16.
16? Jeez, that was even worse.
Yeah, they were up 22-9.
And you can't finish that out? Yeah. You can't finish that out? You should never give anybody 10 points.
Yep.
Nope.
I got the Colts winning straight up, but Houston covers.
Yeah, give me the Colts.
Yeah, give me the Colts to win, Houston to cover, yeah.
If Tyrod plays, I may even take the Houston Texans to win if he plays.
Oh, could you imagine?
Just because that's the way the Colts have gone right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If the Colts go 1-5, and could you imagine if Carson gets Frank Reich?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, the irony, right?
Yeah.
Can
you imagine that, Tommy? 1-5, and the seat starts to get a little hotter.
Yeah, really. The guys that needed each other, right?
Yep.
You hear Alanis Morissette start playing in the background.
Oh man.
I mean, yeah, Ralphie, they're in fucking desperate need of a win. I mean,
yep.
Wow. And we need it too if we want it to be a first round pick.
Yes.
If not, expect a high second.
Yeah.
They'll find a way to have ankle issues with him real quick.
Double ankles, double wrists, right? Whatever how he gets hurt all the time. Next game, Bengals -3.5 in Detroit.
Give me the Bungles, and I also have another lock. I'm going to take Jamar Chase with the over and touchdown receptions, whatever that is. Might be a half, might be 1.5. I'm going to take it.
This is my lock of the week.
Thank you.
Detroit finally gets a W. They beat Cincinnati.
Get out of my head. I think Detroit
wins beat Cincinnati this week.
I think Detroit wins this game too.
Yep.
Dude, the coach was crying.
Yeah.
Emotional. I mean, I feel like players are going to run through a fucking fire. Right? Like what did Rose say? Run through a fire with a gasoline suit on. You know what I mean? Run through a fire. Like I feel like every fucking player will want to do that on Sunday.
Yep.
Give me the Lions right with you, Ralphie. Yep. Not a lock. I'm not locking that. But I do.
I'll take the fall. I'll lock.
Yeah, you can go lock away. I'll take them. I'll take them to cover that shit. And I would take them on the money line.
Sprinkle on the money line a little bit.
Sprinkle on the money line.
Yeah, no, I mean that hook does lead you to the Lions, right? The 3.5 does lead you to the Lions. So I agree. I think it is. I think the Bengals do end up winning just because I think they're a better team.
Well, the first time in history that a quarterback is on voice restrictions.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah.
Breaking. It's fucking breaking news. You got a quarterback on voice
right?
So what is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of hand signals. So I don't know. Give me the upset. Give me the upset.
We'll let Don be happy.
The Bengals aren't a playoff team yet. They have no right. Because you win another game here, and then they're really like talking like they're playoff. Their roster does not smell playoff roster to me yet. That is my opinion. They coughed this one up. That's the Bengals I know.
They had the Packers on the ropes last week, right? You know what I mean? And couldn't same thing, couldn't kick a field goal. I don't know when NFL teams are just going to ignore kickers and just go for it like it's Madden, right?
Yeah,
I got a better chance of going for it on fourth down.
It's insane.
Than letting these bozos continue to lose games.
It's insane too, and it's not like these kickers are missing like you're seeing like 56 or 55s, right? Yeah. These guys are missing chip shots.
Like 40
30
yards,
like 35 yards away, and they're missing them. Like, look at Mason Crosby.
Yeah, Mason Crosby, like, he's usually he's a pretty good kicker, but him missing that is like, whoa, when did this happen?
Yeah, a bunch of them too.
Yeah.
Don says we're going to find a way to lose to a guy who's throwing up sign language.
Jeez.
I agree. I'm on the Detroit train to cover. I don't know if I can get their win yet, but I'm there to cover. I'm with you guys to cover.
No, it's going to be a good week in Detroit next week.
Yeah.
Next game.
We're going to be crying after a W.
Final 1:00 game. You got the Vikings -1.5 at the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, Sam Darnold stinks. I don't care what the line. Give me the Vikings. I don't care.
I'll go Minnesota. I'll go Minnesota.
I'm going to take Carolina on this one.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, Frank. I'm going Carolina. I don't think Minnesota's that great of a team either. And I think the Carolina Panthers have the secondary to at least be able to contain one of them, and that being Jefferson. So, and would is Cook playing right? Do we know that type of
Yeah.
Vikings?
All right.
Dalvin Cook, for as good as he is, it seems like he's always injured every year.
Hurt.
No, Madison's having.
And Madison played well last week. Yes.
Yeah,
Very well.
And then Chuba played well for Carolina. So
he did. I don't know. Is Carolina getting?
I just take the better quarterback in this football game. I'm just taking the better quarterback in this football game with two teams that I don't love. I'll take the better quarterback, and that's Kirk Cousins. And that's not saying a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, I agree there, but it's still not saying much.
But Minnesota's defense has played well. Mike Zimmer's got them guys playing well over there. So, I mean, for what they have over there, right? So, I don't know. How Minnesota is. They've been. Yeah. It's been real weird, but I think they win this football game because I don't really like Carolina outside of their defense. I really don't. I don't trust Sam Darnold. He'll go throw for.
And that's fair. Yeah. Start to 4:00. Cleveland Browns -3 hosting the Arizona Cardinals.
Give me Cleveland.
This potentially is going to be a good game.
That's going to be a good game. I'm going to take the Brownies.
No Chandler Jones for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going to go. This is my lock of the week. This is my lock of the week. Take Cleveland wins this football. Cleveland wins this football game because I feel like everybody's going to be all over the Cardinals in this because it looks too easy not to be.
Yeah, 5-0. They're soaring. They're blowing teams out of the water. Seems like every week.
Yep.
And the game's in Cleveland, correct?
Yeah, Cleveland's defense too good for what happened last week. Cleveland's defense too good for what happened and how they got exposed last week.
Yep.
But I think they beat them. I think they beat them. I know they're the favorite, but they're not really the favorite. I don't know what Vegas says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not the favorite, but they're the favorite. So
and I think no Chandler Jones hurts the Reds or the Cardinals. Their defense has been such a huge part of their success. What the hell? I hate like when you go to a website and then randomly like a video starts playing and you're like you hear in your headset you're like, what is going on? Where did it come from? I'll go Cardinals just to be different than you guys. I agree with you. I do think Cleveland wins, but just to be different, I'm going to go Cardinals. I just think they continue to play well. Kyler, I agree. Cleveland's defense is really good, but I think Kyler is one of those special types of quarterbacks that continues to make good defenses, or makes plays against good defenses, regardless of what they're throwing at him, right? Just because of the angles he can throw at, his quickness and stuff like that. So,
yeah, for sure.
I'm going to go Cardinals here. Plus, I'm getting plus money, +3 to plus 100. I'm getting plus money right there. So,
yeah, I'm taking. My lock is just to confirm is Cleveland on the money line. I don't like the 3.5 there. I don't like giving
just three. Just three.
Just three. I don't even like fucking that because then I'm pushed. Then it's push city written all over it. Right? It's got to be the money line to me. You got to take them to win. That's where my lock comes in. Take them to win. It's one of them. Tough locks this week. There's tough locks, and I wouldn't take that a survivor pool. I would not do that.
Some really good games this week too.
Yeah, it's
really
tough.
Good games.
All right, what else we got?
Next game, you got Dallas -3.5 heading to New England.
Give me Dallas.
I'm going to take Dallas, and Ryan is going to take the over on that, which is set at 50.5 points.
Yeah, I got 51, so yeah, we're right there.
And it opened at 48, so Ryan took the over on that one in that game, and I got the Cowboys winning this one.
And give me the Patriots getting a 3.5. I'll take them to cover that.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of my lock. I'm going to go Dallas. I think Dallas is just rolling right now. It doesn't hurt that they, got a get right game against the Giants, right? Give me Dallas as a lock. Next game, Denver Broncos -3.5 hosting the Las Vegas Grudenless Raiders.
I'm going to go Denver. Denver this week.
I, too, will also take Denver.
The NFL's weird. I'm going Raiders. Going Raiders. There's no reason to. There's no reason. What is Denver, right? Like, how good is Denver? And I'm not saying giving up 3.5 is a lot, but if there was no turmoil in Vegas this week, that line is probably Raiders or at least maybe a pick 'em.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll go Denver this week.
Yeah, I'm going to go Oakland plus the 3.5, especially with the hook there. I'll take the hook.
Yeah, I'll take the Raiders plus the 3.5 to keep it close. Divisional game. It'll be a dogfight. What's next?
Sunday Night Football. Pittsburgh Steelers -5 hosting the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, lock of the week here. Here it is. Lay to 5 with the Steelers. I don't care how Big Ben's played. Freaking Geno's.
Oh, go ahead, Tommy. My bad.
No, what were you saying, Ralphie? Go ahead.
Nah, the thing is that the thing with the Steelers is that they always play down the competition. Does that scare you a little bit, though, with the Steelers?
Absolutely. But if you're talking about like survivor pool, I'm almost have to take the Steelers because I don't have, you know what I mean? Like some of these matchups, like I've used the Cowboys, so I'm not going to take them in New England. I probably would stay away from that game anyway, right?
Yeah.
I've used the Rams, can't use them again. I haven't used the Chiefs, but I don't love that game.
Yeah.
That game like this smells fishy to me. I don't know why. I think the Chiefs win, but I just got a fucking fishy smell to it, right? I think I could take Tampa. I would have to look, but I don't even want to touch them because then like I know how that's going to work for me. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to like think of who I can take survivor wise. And Pittsburgh just makes the most sense because when am I going to use them again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When do I use them again in 17 weeks?
Maybe just use them and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I'm doing. I'm praying. And then I know it's going to happen. Kansas City's going to fucking roll Washington. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm over here freaking sweating it out.
Sweating bullets at 11:30 at night.
with Gino throwing fucking 4 TDs.
Yep.
The only thing that gives me pause, and I completely agree, is the wide receiver core for Pittsburgh kind of banged up. Claypool's questionable. Now they'll all probably play, but Claypool's questionable. I know, so that really just leaves Deontay Johnson as really their only weapon on the outside because James Robinson, Claypool are all questionable.
Yeah, and I know Juju just went down with the shoulder
TikTok
injury.
Season.
Yeah. He just had that surgery, so he's out for a while.
Yeah, I agree though. I would lay the points with Pittsburgh though.
And a suicide is, I wouldn't even take. I wouldn't. Again, there's another one where it's -235. So like I get it, the value's not great. But you expect them to win that football game.
Yeah.
Okay, you go throw $50 on it, you're walking out. You're not walking out bad.
Yeah, well, that's where you parlay with somebody else around the same thing where you go, maybe you go them to Chiefs or you go them Chiefs Bucks, little 3-teamer. There you go, Ralphie.
Yeah, you go down money wise. So let's say we went Steelers. All right, so we went Steelers, KC. Okay, now we're at -110, right?
And
so
then you add the Bucks in there. You're at +157.
If you had the Bucks in there, well, go fuck yourself. Maybe I don't want to add the Bucks in there.
All right, well then don't add the Bucks.
I'm
Add the
not
Jags.
going to.
You add the Jags. Your money because now you're getting a plus team in there. Not that you're at the Jags.
Not that you need to add a plus team though.
Yeah, I was just trying to get the plus money with a parlay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you can get plus with. You get plus adding the Rams, and then you're plus 129. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's
or the Bills, right? If you think the Bills are going to win.
Yeah, or the Cowboys plus 204. You add them in.
Yeah, because they're not as highly. The spread's not as high.
So there's some. You know what I mean? There's some options. There's some options.
Final game of the slate.
Oh, well, I didn't give my pick yet.
I'm sorry, Frank.
I got Pittsburgh winning, and I got another lock. I'm going to take Najee Harris with over 71.5 rushing yards against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That defense is pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't like. I don't know how you.
Like they're bad. Like it's.
This should be a get right game.
Definitely not the same.
You would think
defense.
so, yeah.
At least like running the football should be a get right game.
Yeah.
Final game Monday night: Buffalo Bills -5.5, heading to Tennessee to take on the Titans.
You know what? Give me Tennessee. Give me Tennessee to beat Buffalo.
Yeah, I like Tennessee too in that football game, and I'm a big Buffalo guy, but I think they have a little letdown. But maybe they don't. I gotta think that's Monday night.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't, but they go on the road twice on prime time and winning. Maybe they do. Maybe they're ready for that. I don't know how they're stopped offensively. They got a damn good defense in Buffalo. Defense is travel, but I don't know. This could be a Derrick Henry show. But no, Bill, that's the problem. Russell Wilson isn't playing.
Russell's not playing, Bill. It's Geno.
He's out for a whole month.
Geno.
Yeah.
So how do I,
And that's what I'm saying with the Steelers. Like they're known to play down to their competition. They've always been known like that with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but
play down the competition.
So fucking bad. Now, Survivor, you just got to win. So the line doesn't matter to me.
Yep.
But you can't. Then that's the week Washington defense comes to play.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm almost leaning to Pittsburgh just because of the Geno Smith going on the road and winning football. Stop it. Stop. Pittsburgh has a good defense still, regardless of what their offense is. They have a good defense.
DJ, Devin
Can
Bush.
they get out of that game with just a W?
Minka's
I don't
back
care.
there.
You sweat me out 15-12 on all field goals. You know what I mean? I don't care how many you sweat me out. Just sweat me out with a W because a win moves on is all that matters. All that matters. Colts, no. Marky, no. I can't there. I can't. They should win. They're 10-point favorites somehow. All right? 10-point fucking favorites, but I can't go to Colts. They haven't shown me that yet. Not that Pittsburgh has, but at least they have 2 wins. Shit.
Yeah.
And it's not divisional. It's not divisional.
That's the other thing that scares you in suicide is staying away divisional.
Yep.
At least most people, right? Some people that doesn't bother them.
Last week it didn't bother me, but it did, when I took the Cowboys, it didn't bother me against the Giants, but it did because I'm like, I could give him a fucking dog play. Here we go. Then everybody died on the football field, so I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, Saquon, Danny. I'm also going Titans just on the points. I think Buffalo wins the game, but I'm going to take the Titans to cover the 5.5. 5.5.
They're getting 5.5.
Yeah.
Fucking God. At home too. Jesus, at home. That's a lot. For a team that people think's good. I don't know. Does Buffalo just go put their foot on somebody else's throat again too?
Quite possibly.
Because
Josh Allen has 12 touchdowns with 2 interceptions.
Yeah, are they the most complete team? Like
they might be. They literally might be.
People said they didn't play anybody, and then they played the Chiefs and they freaking beat them up.
In Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean the only concern I have is a pure running game, right? They don't run, but they run it enough. But it's not like Zach Moss and Devin Singletary are rushing for 100 yards a pop at any given time. You know what I mean?
No, they're both good.
They are. They're good. They both run the ball effectively. And then of course you also got to add in Josh Allen's rushes in there too, because they do a lot of design runs with him.
Mm-hmm.
So. But I guess that would be my only knock to them, to your point, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think they might be the most complete team when you factor in defense and everything.
Yeah. But Tennessee does what? They run the football well.
They run the football well.
So that usually keeps them in football games.
And I know they got A.J. Brown back as well. I don't know if Julio's still going to be. I don't know if Julio's back this week.
What a waste of a first-round pick A.J. Brown was. Jesus.
Huh?
So what a waste of a first-round pick, fantasy-wise, A.J. Brown was.
Yeah. Wow, yeah. Yeah, it's aggressive.
Well, I mean, back end for you is projected.
What projections you on?
Not the right ones, apparently.
Yeah, I cleared that up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see whatever potential like locks I have.
Yeah, I think and for this game and for the Monday night game, I got Buffalo winning, but I also got one more lock. I'm gonna take the Titans over for total points at over 23.5 against the Bills.
Wow.
And those are my locks of the week. I did 5.
Frank came with a lot of locks.
He did his homework.
Yeah, I wanted to press my luck and see.
I don't hate it. Well done.
Thank you.
Oh, I think we cover tomorrow night.
Here's a fun fact about Brady. He's 8-1 on NFL Network since 2012. Nice little fun fact.
Do you guys have a good show? Yep. I know who's coming in the fucking town. Okay, yeah. I know exactly who's coming into town, and that's why I started to show off. We said a fucking prayer that the hand really is hurt. We said a prayer for fucking pressure. Right? I mean, these are the things that we spoke about. If they have any chance to win this football game, and you got to make big plays offensively. That seems like a tall task. But it's an 0-2 football team at home. They're almost due for one at home. And if they win this football game, as much as we were out 1-3, everybody's on broad naked, just waiting.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Like just waiting. Everybody's wheelbarrowing their goodies in. You know what I mean? Everybody's wheelbarrowing in. Here we are. Listen, I've seen a name mentioned a couple times in the chat tonight, and I refuse to talk about him. And he may or may not have, he wore jersey number 25 in the city. And I'm not talking about him. I have no comment anymore on this. I know Tristan brought it up earlier when I was going to rant about him. I got nothing to say about him. We'll talk about him if he actually plays. And then if he plays, I'll fucking be looking. Right? I'll have the binoculars out on every fucking possession.
He's back.
You won't talk.
He's back.
I'm waiting to see when you want to take a playoff on me, right? You want to not shoot an open jumper. We might have 1,000 screenshots a night of like, here you go, another open look, another 4-on-5. We're playing. We're watching hockey right now. I'm watching hockey right now. Right? There's a power play. Colorado's got one. Right? We're the opposite offensively. They're on the power play. How is that possible?
Do you think there's a chance he actually plays, Tommy?
Yeah.
Or do you think he just came back to stop the fines and then says, I got a little back tightness. My back's a little tight.
That's definitely possible. I think the best way at this point for him to get traded is to potentially play.
Yep.
And here's the scenario, right? You can see it. It's so Philly. It's amazing, right? He plays game 1. He gets booed out of the stadium. First possession or first quarter, he looks like summer video Ben. He's popping jumpers, and then the place just goes bananas because we just don't know what to do with ourselves.
Yeah.
But he comes down first possession, pops a 3, and it goes in. Can you imagine the shift in the Wells Fargo Center at that point?
Greg, I said on Monday, there's one way.
Do you still trade him?
There's one way. There's one way. I can't believe now I'm talking about it again. There's one way that you get back in our good gracious. Hustle's one, always, forever. But the other big one is for him, the one that matters is you shoot and you make.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen. That's not going. Danny Green fucking gave him an out. Guys are coddling him. He don't have to shoot. We just, he just got to do what he does well, and we're a great basketball team. Here we fucking go. You know what I mean? So it sounds like the the spin doctors came in. You remember that band back in the day? Spin doctors, 93 Phillies. Spin doctors came and now it's like, well, just gonna have back. Yeah, I mean, we don't know. Like, I don't know. This is horse shit. But he's back, and the question is, I mean, I think he does play.
Man.
And
wow.
and if he doesn't play well, because now, like I told you, I'm not going to solo act here on the binoculars.
Oh, you thought the spotlight was big on him in the playoffs last year?
Oh yeah.
The spotlight, if he shoots up and runs out of that tunnel, the spotlight gets a little bit more brighter on you.
Oh, not a little bit. There's only one light on in that game.
Yep.
And it's on him.
Yep.
I can see that scenario that I described playing out in my head, like in the first quarter. Like he comes out, he's dropping like the fadeaways from the block, like Kobe, right? He looks like summer video Ben, and it either goes completely silent in the building or it goes bananas the other way.
Now here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It handcuffs the Sixers in a way of, if he does come out and does that, do you still trade him?
Yeah, because now Dame's back on the table. If he comes back and plays the way we hoped he plays, I think that opens back up those players that might not have been on the table when he was a one-dimensional player, right? You know what I mean? Like, we're not settling in my mind.
What's my record?
Well, yeah.
Am I one in the East and he's hitting jumpers like consistently? No, fuck you, pussy. You stay here now. You're staying. And I'll get rid of you when I want to now. So maybe I'll get rid of you in 2 years from now before your contract runs up. And I'm not giving up rid of you now then, even though I hate you. You know what I mean? That's how it feels.
No, that's fair.
But, I mean, oh my God, I can't believe this guy's even. This is happening. This is only in Philly. Like, only in Philly. People give us a bad name, and we got players who are just like, oh, well, I'm not going to go. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not going to talk to nobody. Come to my house. Nobody's allowed here. Don't you dare send me a text message. Like, this is what we're dealing with. This is a loser.
It just amazes me that nobody knew he was coming. Right?
I know.
He gets off the jet, rides over to the arena like nothing happened, and just knocked on the door and said, "Hey guys, what's up?
Hey,
what are you guys doing?
What?
Yep.
Yeah, like
is dinner ready?"
They had to text Elton Brand like, Ben's here. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Doc, meatloaf.
Hey, Ben lost his house key, but he's out front. What do I do?
He's probably that guy who's like standing outside of some girl's window throwing rocks and it holds the boombox saying, "I'm sorry. I really miss you."
Good Love Actually. Good job, Frank. Well done.
Yeah, great movie drop. And you know what he probably did? He probably yelled, "Doc, meatloaf." back home. It's I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here, but we start next Wednesday.
Yep,
right on the road.
Pelicans. Yep.
Yeah.
And then Friday night against Brooklyn to open
At
up.
home?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my goodness gracious!
True.
Is this guy playing Friday night at home for?
There's a possibility, they said, but they still have to go through he's got to do the whole COVID
Yeah, he'll
stuff.
be cleared in freaking 2 days. So
tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's good there. He's got probably a couple days. I don't know what that
chance.
Is. But he could be practicing this this now, starting tomorrow or the next day or sometime this weekend, whatever, or even next week, where it's like, okay, yeah, he's ready to play. I feel like that's how this is working. This is outlandish.
Wow, what a turn of events!
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Insane.
And how does nobody know? Like this story, this thing can't get any weirder.
Man, we were following Harper coming from Clearwater to Vegas. We had the air map on our TV screen.
Yeah, where was Airport Johnny at? Where was Airport Johnny at?
And nobody knew that Ben got on a plane in California.
Yeah,
there wasn't a
Philly.
No flight tracker, like.
Oh man!
Ugh.
Wow.
Interesting props, though. Getting back to the Eagles game real quick, just before we close it out, there were some interesting reception props that kind of almost kind of lead you into where for the Bucs, right? So you have Antonio Brown over 5.5 at plus 115, right? You have Chris Godwin over 5.5 at minus 125. And then you have Mike Evans over 5.5 at minus 105. So Vegas is almost kind of telling you that it's going to be a Godwin, or Mike Evans type of show. And AB is that guy that, takes the lesser role just based off of their odds. Which kind of makes sense because AB went off last week. So then you would think that the defense would come in kind of keyed up to AB. I don't know. All three of them could go over.
Or all under.
Or all under.
If this is true.
My friend just took a pic with Brady at the Four Seasons. His thumb is wrapped up major. Oh, yeah.
Short week.
There you go.
I keep saying it.
Yeah.
You need a chink in the armor to beat goats. You need a chink in the armor to beat goats. And this could be the chink in the armor we've been waiting for. You know what? Give me the Eagles plus 6.5 is another.
Oh, I knew he was getting
Garrett, I don't even know. I didn't even see the picture. Don't matter. I know the hand's been an issue, so maybe he's a little off tomorrow night. Let's go.
Whew. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for that switch all night. I was waiting for it.
There's not a lot out there. Right, lock-wise.
No, there's not.
Against the line.
Yeah.
So, my official ones, because some of them had it just for suicide. Pittsburgh was just suicide, right? So, I don't know if I have a lock for them to cover 5, because I just don't know. About them like that, right? Because they're weird. Why did this go out on that? Man, it's a tough docket.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good games.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good games, and I think you just gotta dig deep with the stat lines and all that, player stats. That's what I went with when I was making my 5 locks. And speaking of 5, that's 4 more than how many wins Evan has in fantasy. Bam, 5-0. You just got McAdoo, Evan.
Damn.
McAdoo.
Damn.
McAdoo.
Eagles cover.
Debo, you just got McAdoo.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Eagles cover.
Oh, my God.
Titans cover. Browns win outright. There's my 3 official locks. I don't like the Steelers enough for that. I agree with Ralphie. I'm almost leaning to Kansas City now on suicide. I'm almost leaning how do I not take Mahomes?
Just they're on the road though.
I fucking know, Greg.
No, it's tough.
You know what you should do?
I wish I was still in it. I wish I was having this discussion.
Just put Kansas City in the hat and Steelers in the hat and just pick one.
Yeah.
Or what you do is put some food on the plate for Cash on the ground, which one he crawls to, you pick.
Oh.
You pick.
And if he picks wrong, you could just blame it on Cash. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't pick that. I had nothing to do with that.
Yep.
Big hits going.
Put the mortgage down. Put the mortgage down on it.
Is.
It's not your fault.
Yeah. You push the button.
I love it.
All right, boys. Anything else? Closing?
No.
Well,
good.
I know some people in the chat were asking about lock of the week percentages.
Yeah.
So you just want me to run them by before
we got to spin the wheel too.
Yeah, we got to spin the wheel, and we'll give the lock of the week. So
go ahead. While Tommy's figuring out what to give away.
Yeah. All right.
Give us the percentages.
Okay, so Tom, you are 11-6 with a 64% win percentage.
It's a win.
Ryan is 10-5 with a 66 win percentage. I am 4-7 with a 36 win percentage. Noah is 2-3 with 40% win percentage. Greg is 2-7 with a 22% win percentage. And Ralph with the wonderful 1-6 with a 14% win percentage.
And that's why I don't bet.
Those numbers don't shock me at all.
Nope.
All I know is one of my 2 wins was Deebo Samuel over 5.5 against the Eagles.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how I got the 4 wins. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably be 11-8 after this week now.
Yeah. I think I'm really regretting pressing my luck with going with 5, but we'll see what happens.
Well, sometimes that pays off. You get 5-0, and now you're feeling good, and your percentage jumps up. But
then, like the next week, I might get cute and go crazy. But
you can take 5 to lose. That's why that's why it's gambling. We'd all be living in big mansions.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
All right, boys, family out there. It's a fun show. Man, 2 hours, 15 minutes. I didn't even realize it was that long right now.
Yeah.
Goodness. My goodness. Every Wednesday, we are brought to you by the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. We know many of us and our families deal with mental health and addiction issues, and we're happy to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. If you need help, reach out to our friend Rob Lubman, 856-651-8117. For Frank Vespi, Greg Milwakovic, Ralph Delvecchio, our sleeping buddy, Noe Eaton. Always at a Motel 6 when he's on the air. You know what I mean?
We'll leave the light on for him.
Leave the light on. Somebody held the phone up for him somehow.
Yeah.
His phone was still upright. So I don't know if he managed to get a stand or
he probably fell asleep with his hand up like this and just
or he just fell asleep like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
We may never know.
Yeah.
Or we never get the answer to that.
It's one of life's greatest mysteries.
Mm-hmm. But we're also brought to you by it is. We'll never know. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code ATD at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Go check them out. Great line of products. We love them. Head to toe, taken care of. Tons of stuff. You'll find something. You'll find something you love. And bodycheckwellness.com for all your CBD needs. CBD, health and herbal needs. They got everything. BodyCheckWellness.com, promo code ATD for 25% off at checkout. FanUp, go get your lineups in. Go get your lineups in. Download the app right on the Apple Store. Is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NFL contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use promo code ATD. That's 5,000 bonus points, $50 value. FanUp.app, or like I said before, on the Apple Store. Just go look up FanUp. And you also get bonus points for just downloading the app. So I love FanUp, and you can do daily content. No,
I like doing not only the lineups too, Tommy, but the pick six, like the odds, like their prop odds too.
Yeah.
They're fun too.
It's fun, and you'll find something. But no, it's a good time. I enjoy it. Won some money. So it's always fun, and then that 5,000 bonus points gives you a lot of walking around.
Yeah, sure. A lot of walking around. You can, buy some wheels for your car, and maybe buy a plane ticket to Guam or something.
Yeah.
Boat. Possibly, or a boat.
Yeah, or you can buy the boat to go to Guam. You never know.
Yeah, just get the boat. Get a boat. Get on our ATD memberships. $9.99 a month. Appearances on shows, member-only live stream, shout-outs, and you get your picks. Get your picks. The Boys Been Hot, Money Pop Podcast, Nate Moss, and Willie Vegas. Listen, comment. Right in our comment section. Pin there. There's the link. Go become a member. We love you all. We can't thank you enough.
Are we doing a real quick before we head out?
Yes, the wheel.
You want to do that real quick?
Oh, yeah. An ATD shirt.
Ooh.
An ATD shirt. I just gave a jersey out. I'm still waiting for jerseys to come in. I don't want to keep giving out jerseys until they freaking get the hell in here.
Gotcha.
So spin it.
Here we go.
ATD T-shirt
goes to
Spidey.
All right.
Spidey, that a baby. I'll get that out to Spidey. give him a little extra. Spidey's been with us a long time. Long time. Molly won the Kobe jersey on Monday.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, nice.
Did. Yeah. So, all right, boys, family, we appreciate you. I got to get Wayne out as Kelsey whenever the freak it gets in the mail here. Some reason September 27th it was shipped, still not here. How's it not here yet?
Wow.
How's it not here yet? What are we doing? There's like 8 jerseys in that order. What are we doing? We're gonna need them in. Gonna need them in. Let's go, baby. Speed it up. Boys, ton of fun.
Yep.
Go Birds tomorrow night. And Birds of a Feather will be live during the game.